Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. You are gathered here today considering a future world without the threat of climate change and without making the weakest in society suffer the consequences. You are seeing energy equity as the goal. In other words, achieving both environmental and social sustainability. You are right. This is the challenge society is facing today, and this is the moment when it is achievable. Why do I say this? Because every technological revolution has gone first through a period of creative destruction, when the new technologies destroy jobs, skills, industries, and regions, and then a golden age when much of the social damage is reversed. This time, we have also accumulated serious environmental damage, not from the information revolution, but from the mass production revolution that preceded it, which was energy and materials intensive, consumerist, and wasteful. Rather than moving towards durability, circularity, and more replacement of products with services, we stretched the life of mass production by moving it to China. Just when energy had become expensive and when it made sense to move to conservation and renewable resources, cheap labor in China and most of Asia kept the mad consumerist and wasteful habits alive. Fortunately, at least, it lifted millions out of poverty. But the important thing is that now the tide is turning. We are at the confluence of three critical moments. One, the reconstruction post-COVID. The global pandemic made us recognize the importance of the role of the state and made us experience a global catastrophe. We can no longer let markets work unfettered. The pandemic gave us sufficient consensus for facing the other two critical moments. On the one hand, the environmental challenge that is reaching the crucial last moments. And on the other, the critical moment in the inequality consequences of technical change and globalization. Populism happens every time. After those initial decades of creative destruction of each technological revolution, populist leaders succeed due to the resentment of the victims. Impoverishment and the loss of what were previous hopes is not the same as poverty. The loss of what you had and of what you hoped to have is a much harder situation to face. To think that your children will have a worse life than yours is truly unbearable. Populist leaders thrive by supporting and stirring up those feelings and offering heaven, going back to what was lost, but they cannot deliver. Golden ages can. They are about giving a synergistic direction to technology, a common direction to both innovation and investment. That is what the Belle Epoque, the progressive era in the US, and the post-war boom were about. After the war, the New Deal took shape in all the Western democracies. The mass production revolution went from mass producing military equipment to mass producing suburban homes, cars, electrical appliances, refrigerated and frozen foods, and tons of petrochemical plastics. That was the source of the rise to middle class of the blue-collar workers, while also being the cause of our current environmental challenges. Yet the time has come to make a leap into new lifestyles and into circular and less energy-intensive production methods. The transition to a sustainable society, both environmentally and socially, has at its core energy equity. I wish you all the best in your deliberations. Have a good day.